30 November crops that explode your garden's productivity. Most gardeners waste their best growing opportunity every single year, right now, in November. While everyone else is putting their shovels away, the ground is actually screaming for seeds. I'm Adam Grove from Backyard Crops, and I'm about to show you something that'll completely change how you think about winter gardening. In the next 30 minutes, you'll discover 30 crops that don't just survive the cold, they actually thrive in it, producing better yields than anything you'll plant in spring. The vegetables growing in winter are sweeter, more tender, and packed with more nutrition. And here's the wild part. If you wait just 2 more weeks to plant, you'll cut your harvest in half or lose it completely. So before we get started, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. This is Adam Grove with Backyard Crops, and we're teaching real gardeners how to maximize their land. Let's grow something amazing together. Section 1. Why November is your garden's golden window. Most people think November means winter, means no gardening. That's completely backward. After 40 years of working the soil, I can tell you that the crops we plant right now will feed your family fresh, nutrient-packed greens all the way through spring. And that's just the beginning. When temperatures drop, something magical happens underground and in the plant tissue. The plant knows winter is coming, so it converts stored starches into natural sugars. This is nature's antifreeze system. What does that mean for you? Sweeter vegetables, tender leaves, better flavor in every single bite. The spinach you harvest in February will taste richer and sweeter than July spinach. That's just how winter vegetables work. We're breaking this down into 3 main categories: vegetables you can harvest right away during winter, crops that grow through the cold and reward you in spring, and powerful soil-building plants that prep your ground for next year's monster harvests. Section 2. Fresh winter harvest crops. These plants handle frost, snow, and frozen soil while delivering fresh, crispy, flavorful greens straight to your table. Crop number 1. Spinach, Winter Bloomsdale variety. Plant winter Bloomsdale spinach in November and you're setting yourself up for 5 months of harvests. Put seeds about ½ an inch deep with 12 inches between each plant. The root system develops slowly through the winter months while the plant sits dormant. Here's what surprises most people. As spring arrives, your spinach explodes with growth. You can pick tender baby leaves when they're just 3 inches tall, or wait for mature full-size leaves. 1 November spinach planting feeds you from February through May. That's 4 straight months of fresh salads. Crop number 2. Kale, Winter Boar variety. Kale is genuinely a winter superstar, and Winter Boar is the toughest variety out there. This plant survives temperatures down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit. When frost hits, the same sugar conversion happens. The plant gets sweeter and more tender. Plant seeds or small transplants 18 inches apart. Harvest the outer leaves while the center keeps producing new growth. By the time spring rolls around, a single plant can grow to 3 feet across, producing pounds and pounds of nutrient-dense greens. Your body will thank you for eating this. Crop number 3. Lettuce, Winter Density and Arctic King varieties. Winter-tolerant lettuce varieties like Winter Density and Arctic King laugh at frost. Plant seeds just 1/4 inch deep and thin seedlings to 8 inches apart if you're growing heading types. Even under heavy frost, the lettuce develops sweet and crispy leaves with 0 bitterness. Most people don't realize that winter lettuce tastes better than summer lettuce because the plant isn't stressed by heat. Plant new seeds every 2 weeks throughout November, and you'll have continuous fresh salads all winter long without any gaps. Crop number 4. Mustard greens, Red Giant and Southern Giant curled. Here's something most gardeners overlook. Mustard greens actually get sweeter after frost hits them. Red Giant and Southern Giant curled are your best varieties. Plant seeds 1/4 inch deep with 12 inches between plants. You can harvest just the baby leaves for salads or let them grow full-sized for cooking. These plants survive at 20 degrees Fahrenheit and bounce back quickly even after hard freezes. The flavor profile is peppery, sharp, and absolutely delicious in winter. Crop number 5. Collard greens, Champion variety. Champion collards are some of the toughest greens you can grow.
They've evolved over centuries to handle serious cold. Plant seeds half an inch deep or space transplants 2 feet apart. Frost doesn't kill them. It improves them. The leaves transform into sweet, tender, vibrant greens that are phenomenal cooked. Harvest the lower leaves continuously, and the center keeps producing all winter and into spring. This is true cold season farming.
Crop number 6, Mache, or corn salad, the underrated winter green. Mache survives at temperatures down to 5 degrees Fahrenheit, making it one of the hardiest salad greens. Broadcast seeds across prepared soil, cover them lightly, and let winter do the work. In about 50 days, you'll have fresh leaves with a nutty flavor that's absolutely unique. You can buy imported Mache at fancy grocery stores for $8 a package or grow it yourself for pennies. Here's the bonus. Mache actually tastes better when it's grown cold. Crop number 7, Arugula, Sylvetta arugula, is the cold season champion of peppery greens. It grows slowly through winter, which is actually perfect because slow growth means tender leaves. Seeds germinate in just 5 to 7 days, even in November soil. Harvest leaves at 2 inches tall for salads. Cold weather slows the plant down just enough that the leaves don't get tough or develop that harsh bite that summer arugula can have. One planting in November gives you peppery greens from December straight through May. Crop number 8, Asian greens, tatsoi, misuna, and bok choy. Japanese-style greens are absolute workhorses in cold weather. Tatsoi forms low rosettes and survives 15 degrees freezes. Misuna has feathery leaves with a gentle, peppery flavor that's fantastic in soups and stir-fries. Bok choy develops those white, succulent stems with dark-grown leaves on top. It's visually stunning and delicious. These 3 grow fast and stay tender. Plant new seeds every 2 to 3 weeks, and you'll have continuous supplies of baby greens from November through February. Crop number 9, radish, daikon, and China rose varieties. Winter radish varieties like daikon and China rose develop crisp texture and mild flavor when grown in cold soil. Plant seeds half an inch deep. Spacing depends on how large your root variety gets. Frost actually sweetens the roots. Some varieties can be left in the ground all winter under a heavy mulch layer and harvested fresh whenever you need them. No storage required, just dig and eat. Crop number 10, turnips, purple top, white globe, and Tokyo cross. Both the greens and roots of turnips are completely edible. Purple top, white globe, and Tokyo cross thrive when November planting happens. Cold converts starches to sugars, dramatically improving flavor. Plant seeds half an inch deep with rows 12 inches apart. Cover with straw in winter, and you can harvest fresh turnips all the way through March. This is one of the most underrated winter crops. Crop number 11, Swiss chard, bright lights variety. Bright light Swiss chard is cold hardy and absolutely gorgeous in a winter garden. Plant seeds half an inch deep and thin to 6 inches apart. The leaves and stems develop slowly through winter but stay tender and sweet. Frost intensifies the color, giving you an edible and beautiful garden that's functional and photogenic. You'll actually enjoy being outside in winter tending this crop. Crop number 12, carrots, Napoli and Mache varieties. Carrots planted in November produce sweeter roots than almost any other season. Cold actually triggers the plant to convert starches into natural sugars. Plant seeds a 1/4 inch deep in loose soil. In milder growing zones, they grow slowly all winter. In colder zones, add heavy mulch. Harvest anytime the soil isn't frozen solid. You'll pull up crisp, candy-sweet carrots that taste like they've been sugar-coated.
Section 3. Overwintering crops for spring abundance. These crops get planted now, survive the harsh winter underground, and explode with productivity in spring. Many actually need cold exposure to develop properly. Crop number 13, garlic, music variety. Garlic is one of the most reliable November plantings you can make. Plant individual cloves 2 inches deep, spacing them 4 to 6 inches apart. Music is the premier cold climate variety. Here's the science. Garlic needs at least 40 days of temperatures below 40 degrees to form proper bulbs. This cold period is called vernalization, and it's non-negotiable. Molt heavily after planting. Don't panic if green shoots push through the snow in winter. This is completely normal. By June or July, you'll harvest 8 to 10 pounds of garlic from 1 pound of seed cloves. That's incredible return on investment. Crop number 14, onion sets, radar variety. Radar onions are specifically bred for fall planting. Plant these small bulbs barely covered, 4 inches apart, in rows 12 inches wide. Overwintering onions develop extremely strong root systems because they're establishing roots during the cold months. By June, they mature 4 to 6 weeks earlier than spring-planted onions. You'll be harvesting full-size storage onions when other gardeners are just putting seeds in the ground.
Crop number 15, fava beans. Windsor fava beans are cold, hardy legumes with an incredible bonus. They fix nitrogen in the soil. Plant them 2 inches deep, 6 inches apart. Unlike other bean varieties, favas actually prefer cold, wet conditions. Young pods can be eaten like snoo peas, tender and sweet. After harvest, leave the roots in the soil where they act as natural fertilizer for your next crop. This is dual-purpose gardening at its best. Crop number 16, winter wheat. Hard red winter wheat thickly, about 3 pounds per 1,000 square feet. Over winter, the root system prevents erosion and captures nutrients that would otherwise wash away. In spring, let it grow to full maturity for flower, or cut it early as green manure that feeds your soil. The straw makes excellent mulch for other crops. Even a small 10 by 10 plot yields several pounds of wheat berries. Crop number 17, peas. Snow peas and sugar pod varieties germinate slowly in mild growing zones 8 through 10. Establish strong roots before spring arrives. Use a trellis to support them. When early spring hits, your plants burst into growth and produce sweet pods long before spring zone peas even germinate. Harvest the flat pods with young peas inside for the absolute tenderest flavor possible. Crop number 18, broccoli and cauliflower. Cold hardy varieties can be transplanted in November. The critical factor is establishing strong root systems before winter arrives. Frost enhances flavor and reduces bitterness. Harvest florets in early spring while other gardeners are still just starting seeds. You'll be eating fresh broccoli when everyone else is months behind. Crop number 19, cabbage. January King and storage number 4 varieties develop dense, sweet heads after frost exposure. Space plants 18 inches apart in rows 24 inches wide. November planting ensures strong roots and dramatically improved flavor compared to spring plantings. These varieties store for months in cool conditions. Crop number 20, Brussels sprouts. Diablo and Jade Cross preferred transplanting over direct seeding in November. Frost improves sweetness in a significant way. Harvest firm sprouts about 1 inch in diameter, working from bottom to top. Overwintering actually produces better flavor than summer-planted sprouts. Most people don't know that Brussels sprouts are sweeter after frost. Crop number 21, asparagus crowns, 2-year-old plants. Plant 2-year-old asparagus crowns in mild zones 7 through 9. Dig trenches 8 inches deep and 12 inches wide, add compost, cover with 2 inches of soil, then mulch heavily for winter protection. While you won't harvest the first year, by year 3, these crowns produce decades of spring harvests. It's a long-term investment that pays enormous dividends. Crop number 22, strawberry plants. Chandler and Seascape varieties thrive when planted in November for strong root establishment. Space crowns 12 to 18 inches apart. In mild winters, some berries might appear in late winter. The main harvest comes in spring, but November planting gives you the strongest plants possible. Crop number 23, bare root fruit trees. Apple varieties like Gala and Honeycrisp, plus pear varieties like Bartlett and Asian pears, establish roots while completely dormant. Mulch after planting and keep soil moist. November planting gives trees a significant head start on spring growth. These trees often outperform spring-planted trees by a full year. Crop number 25, rhubarb crowns, zones 7 through 9. This one's risky but possible in zones 7 through 9. Plant the crown with buds just below the soil surface in well-drained soil. Mulch heavily after the ground freezes. Avoid harvesting in the first year. By year 3, you'll enjoy fresh stalks for pies and preserves.
Section 4. Soil-building cover crops. These crops improve fertility, prevent erosion, and prepare your garden for massive summer harvests. Crop number 25. Crimson Clover, Dixie variety. Dixie Crimson Clover establishes even in cool soil. This legume fixes nitrogen, prevents erosion, and produces red flowers that bees absolutely love. Cut and compost at flowering stage to add 30 to 50 pounds of nitrogen per acre. This is a nitrogen fixation powerhouse. Crop number 26. Austrian winter peas. Austrian winter peas are cold-hardy legumes that fix nitrogen while growing. The young shoots are actually edible, with a sweet pea flavor. Plant 1 to 2 inches deep. Harvest shoots multiple times while simultaneously enriching your soil for spring crops. Dual-purpose productivity. Crop number 27. Winter rye, Arasto variety. Arasto winter rye grows in soil as cold as 33 degrees Fahrenheit. The deep root system breaks compacted soil, mines nutrients from deep layers, and suppresses weed growth. Cut as living mulch or allowed to grow for biomass. It's soil transformation in plant form. Crop number 28. Fava beans, revisited as soil-building crop. Favas aren't just for eating. After harvesting pods, leave the roots in soil where they decompose and release nitrogen. This makes fava beans genuinely dual-purpose for productivity and soil health. Crop number 29. Oats and vetch mixture. This combination excels at erosion control and nitrogen fixing. Broadcast seeds thickly across bare soil. Over winter, the root system works underground, enriching soil for spring planting. By spring, you have a richer, more fertile growing space. Crop number 30. Field peas. Field peas work like other legumes to fix nitrogen while establishing good root structure. They're less fancy than other options, but incredibly reliable and productive as a soil-building crop. Bonus technique: the thermal mass planting pocket. I'm going to share something that literally doubles winter crop survival rates. I discovered this by accident, but now I use it deliberately. Create thermal mass planting pockets. Dig holes 6 inches deeper than you normally would. Fill these holes with grass clippings, coffee grounds, and kitchen scraps. Cover with 4 inches of soil. Then plant your crop directly over this compost. As the organic material decomposes, it generates gentle heat, keeping roots active throughout winter while simultaneously releasing nutrients. I noticed years ago that plants growing over my compost paths always outperformed other plants. Now I do this deliberately for marginal crops, especially for varieties that are sensitive to extreme cold. It's a game changer. If this video is helping you rethink winter gardening, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to Backyard Crops and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our weekly gardening strategies. Leave a comment telling me which of these 30 crops you're planting this November. Share this video with fellow gardeners in your area. They need this information too. Conclusion. There you have it. 30 November crops that transform your entire winter garden. Fresh salads under snow. Spring harvests ready before your neighbors have finished planting. Richer soil for next year's incredible abundance. Planting now gives you an advantage that summer-only gardeners simply don't have. Thanks for watching Backyard Crops with Adam Grove. Remember, winter gardening isn't just possible, it's absolutely rewarding. With the right crops and perfect timing, your garden thrives while everything else sleeps. Hit subscribe, hit like, drop a comment, share with your gardening friends. This is Adam Grove, and I'll see you in the next video.